Today marks the debut appearance here of a tune by the alternative rock band The Pumpkins, who I gather are simply tremendous. Smashing, even. What's that? Oh, they're actually called the Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, I see. Hey, welcome to Acting is Reacting with me, JSB, and yes, I'm a bit of an idiot, but I make no apology for that fact. Right, today I am checking out the Smashing Pumpkins and their track, Siva, which I hope I'm saying right. This one was suggested by my good mate Luke, who's, I would say, as passionate and knowledgeable about music as I am, but also much cooler. To be fair, so was little Jimmy Osmond, so that's a pretty low bar. Anyway, my accent doesn't give it away too much, but I grew up in New Zealand in the 90s, where the Smashing Pumpkins were simply enormous. I might even give you some chart stats a bit later if you're good. Now, this song actually charted in NZ at number 45 in early 1993, so I was 12, but I'm 99% sure I've not heard it. But this is early Pumpkins from the 1991 debut Ish. The album Pitchfork said without which there would be no Nevermind as we know it. So I'm guessing they mean that in a positive way. Anyway, if you would smash that like button, we will dive into Siva by the Smashing Pumpkins. Now, well, it's a strong opening, I'll give it that. I'm half loving this, but I'll explain all come the end. That's gone very quiet. Is it meant to do that? Oh, yeah. It's taking us up and down. I do love a tune with dynamic range, but maybe the extremes here are a little too much. All right, Siva from the Smashing Pumpkins. Now, before I give my thoughts on that, I will reiterate that the Pumpkins were enormous in New Zealand. The album after this one, Siamese Dream, came in at number 3 in our charts and stayed in the top 50, which was all we had because we were only a little country. It was there for 86 weeks. Yeah. So, maybe that's why I never got into them because, they were just a little bit too mainstream for me and I was more into underground stuff. Yeah, I'm not fooling anybody, am I? Anyway, this track was, of course, written by Billy Corgan, lead vocalist and guitarist for the group, for anyone out there who's even dimmer than me. And he said that the song almost wrote itself around the riff. And what a riff it was. Love the riff. I love the musicianship in general, actually. The bass and the drums are other instruments you might also have noticed in that performance, but they were fantastic. Um, Vocally, though, this is maybe where this whole style doesn't usually work for me. I really can't get into that vocal delivery much at all. Hence, I did say in the song that I was half loving it. Well, it was the musical half that I loved. And as I also said during the song itself, it's nice to hear a track with dynamic range. You really don't get that anymore. Everything's just loud. But they took it right down, almost too far. It was really, really quiet for a couple of moments there. This is from a 2011 remaster as well on Spotify, so I assume it's the best sounding version available. But really interesting use of dynamics, and again, something I approve of on the whole. And of course, if it did get a bit too quiet, it made the impact of the noise coming back in ever the stronger. So nice job, well done, and decent lyrically as well. I don't usually follow the lyrics too closely on a first listen to anything, so I'm actually not going to break them down for you. Sorry, but they were interesting. Yeah. So as ever, it's good to hear something that's outside of your own wheelhouse. Is it going to change my mind on this period and style of music? Probably not. But really glad to have heard it, and it did offer a lot that I did go for, as I say, specifically on the musical side. So let me know what you think of this track and the Pumpkins in general. Chances are you are more a fan than I am of this style of music. Hey, I've been on YouTube long enough to know that people tend to watch stuff they already like, and I'm as guilty of that as anybody. But maybe there's hope for me yet. So, what other songs from this era would you suggest as part of a early '90s alt rock slash grunge starter pack? Especially for those of us with a bent more towards the melodic rock side of life. And, grunge killed a lot of that. And I don't mean hair metal, I mean, other things. Anyway, I am always open to hearing things from any genre. And on that note, if you would like to ensure a specific track or more gets featured on the channel, you can find the link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description below to do just that. Meanwhile, YouTube should be suggesting some other stuff from me that might take your fancy. So thanks again to Luke for today's suggestion, and thanks to you for watching. So let's just say bye for now, but not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.